Another one.
The first question tonight is: my whole family laughed at my failing business in a car ride home from dinner. Before we even start reading the details, I hope you are driving this car, right? I hope you're driving because if I was driving, okay. So it says, my sister started talking about money. Oh, talking about money.
Money.
And brought up my failing business that I've been spending all my time and energy all my time and energy on these last 5 months with very minimal results. She brought it up, and my mom, dad, and her were laughing in my face. Not cool. Not cool. I put my effing all into this business, and I want it to succeed so effing badly. When she brought that up without knowing how many hours I've put into it, it effing crushed my soul. My soul just deep down into my soul, it just crushed it. I blocked her number, went to my room, and just got done crying for the past hour. That sucks to hear. I feel like such a effing amateur right now. I cannot wait to look back on this moment when I reach a point of success to prove that it isn't a failing business and show them I actually know what the F I'm doing. Does anyone have a similar story? I'd love to hear from them. So that's the first question. And let's start our timer, right? So, do not have a similar story. I am not going to come down into the ball pit of misery with you. However, I will say, I do hope that you were driving, right? Because I would have kicked all their out, right? I thought you guys can walk, get an Uber, whatever. But if you aren't driving and if you don't own a car, then you can't do what I just said. It does suck. But here's the thing. It's only 5 months. Like, how long do you guys think a business takes to get up and running to last? Like, it takes a long time, right? So they like here's what you got to understand. A lot of people, they don't know anything, right? I always say this to a couple of my friends, right? 99.98726% of the population, they don't know much, right? And they can't think past tomorrow, right? So you have a vision. I don't know what your business is. It might suck. I don't know, right? It might suck, but you're working towards it. If you believe in it, then keep at it. And you cannot let the negativity of other people stop you, bring you down, crush your spirit, like crying over what someone said to you. And this is why I don't like. I've had a few kind of conversations, videos about this, right? I don't care, right? I don't care. I'm gonna do what I have to do regardless, right? And it can be and here's the difference, right? It can be disappointing when you're doing what you have to do, but other people aren't doing what they have to do, right? But I've like my whole life I've been I've been working on different things, just pushing forward, going for growth, right? And when people don't do their part, yes, it sucks, but I don't let what other people do stop me, right? It can be discouraging because, okay, now I have to take this on, but guess what? You're fired, right? I'm like, okay, and that's one of the reasons, right? Which I do plan on making a kind of conversation video about this, but it's hard to because it's hard to gather the thoughts on this. But I don't believe in collectivism and groupthink and stuff like that. Can I work with a group? Of course. Like, I work on the Scrum team and stuff like that. We come together, we do what we have to do, but we still have our individual responsibilities, and we're able to help each other out and stuff like that. But I don't participate in like, everyone's everyone's like I'm responsible for everyone and stuff, and everyone's responsible for me. No, I don't think like that. So when you have people who like, even if it's your family, right? Even if it's your family, I don't care. They can laugh at you, and guess what? Like you probably did. You did the proper thing. You blocked her, and you do not need to be around people who don't support you, right? And there's one thing about providing advice and criticism. Like I all feedback. I welcome all of that, right? But when they are going to be laughing about the things that you are working so hard for, you don't need them, right? Now, I don't know if you live in their house or something like that because you said you went to your room and you cried, but whatever, you're gonna have to figure it out. You're gonna have to make it, but it's just not it's not the right environment. And I honestly I wouldn't even waste my time crying over spoiled milk. And guess what? They're the spoiled milk, right? So it's a hard, like, I don't know how old you are, but it's better that you learn this early and you start to get over it now, and you start becoming like, for lack of a better word, you become cold, right? People think, oh, you have to be, like your emotions and stuff like that. I'm not saying that you don't have, like, this is a quote from the book Winning, right? And Mitch, you could back me up on this, right? I think it's from Winning. It's either Winning. I think it's Winning. It's either Winning or Relentless, right? But you don't become emotionless. You just use your emotions less, right? For whatever I'm doing, and I'll tell you a quick story, right? and this is a personal story. What I built my first website using Microsoft Front Page back in like 2003, something like that. And I made it, and it was I made it, and I was like, oh wow, I made a website and everything like that. I showed it to my dad. He's like, that looks terrible. Everyone else was telling me like, oh, that looks it looks good, it looks good, right? But most of them never like really saw a website built before and stuff like that. But my dad was like, oh, that looks terrible. And at first I was like, oh, really? I was like this. I was like, but that helped me because he was like, yeah, that doesn't look good. And then now I can create really nice looking websites and stuff like that, right? So it's using, like, whatever you get, right? Use it as criticism. Use it as fuel. I don't let what people say to me or do to me or anything like that take me off track. I'm focused, and that's why one of my goals for 2024 was to focus. You have to focus, have your goals clear, and know how you're going to accomplish them. Whatever people do, say, whatever. You just got to go out there and get it. All right. Okay. So that is that question. Let's wrap that one up.
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.